My name is Fernanda Michelle Covarrubias, and I am a writer and performer. Some artists that inspired me from the Chicano movement that have a lot of influence in my work, I would say, is Luis Valdez, first and foremost, and the entire Teatro Campesino that was started back when the strike was going on with Cesar Chavez and Dolores Huerta. A lot of what they did was try to inform people about workers' rights through a way that was expressive through art that could be accessible to everyone. And that is something that I try to do a lot in my work, is talk about complexities and trying to find equality for all in a way that can be understood from someone who is 5 to someone who is 85. Well, Teatro Campesino was created to put kind of like people such as brown people, undocumented people on a platform to kind of show we can be artists and we can be workers as well. A lot what they did with the Chicano movement as well was they were a large part as well of the chants that were created during the movement with Cesar Chavez, and also the strikes that went on and the long walks that they took. A lot of the work that I do is written and performance based, so I'm a teatrista. So I write poems, I write scripts. I am a performer as well in local theaters here in San Antonio, Texas. So a lot of my work is consistent on the first gen experience, growing up as someone who had an undocumented parent. A lot of my childhood was spent in fear. So a lot of my work deals with the trauma from that, and also my own personal trauma of growing up in a community that felt like they had forgotten or erased my mother's history. The piece you're about to watch is called Divididas. It's a script that I wrote when I was about 17, 18 years old that, again, is based around a lot of my fear of growing up with my mother being taken away from me. But I kind of did a spin on it in the perspective of what if my mother had to have me be taken away from her. So it's a story about undocumentation and how a lot of times we don't hear two sides of undocumentation, and people who get deported, we either hear one or the other, but never are relationships united the same again for the most part. So what I wanted to do with this piece is really display that, yes, it's about deportation and dealing with undocumentation in your own personal family, but also about just the relationship changing between a mother and a daughter, and that kind of being the fear of not having your mom with you anymore or not having your kid with you anymore. That's what I feel like is the sole purpose of this project.
We lost each other.
But why would they take me? Why would they do that to me, Mama? ¿Por qué me sacaron? ¿Por qué es que ya no me quieren? All I wanted to do was be home. And they didn't even give me a chance to explain. I kept begging and begging. Por favor, Señor, no me hagas esto, please. Don't take me, I have a mom. They treated me like an animal. They didn't ask me where I was going. They didn't ask me about you. They didn't ask me if I was with anyone. It didn't matter to them. They never loved me. That place never loved me. What did I ever do to make them hate me so much? And why didn't you ever tell me?
It's todo mi culpa. I'm sorry, preciosa. Nomás eres una niña, kind and pure, and you didn't even know. I just never wanted you to find out. Ese día, I don't know what happened. I came home expecting you to be there, to be doing homework, like always. You always loved school so much. You were so good at it. My entire life had lost its purpose that moment. I was living my worst nightmare. Me sentí como si me estaba ahogando. I felt like I was drowning. Everything was turned around on the ground. Your backpack was there, but you weren't. All I could think about was, ¿por qué Dios? Why not me? ¿Por qué tú? ¿Por qué te llevaste a mi niña?